Hey everybody, Stitch 1993 here, and for today's listicle we're kind of doing something a bit different. As you can see, this is actually a tier maker, and as the title of the video, we are going to go over and rank every Pac-Man game in the Pac-Man Museum Plus collection. I really enjoyed this collection, honestly. It's probably one of the better Pac-Man collections that I've played in a while. Yeah, there are a couple games missing, and I know currently, as of the recording this video, there's some legal issues going on with the Miss Pac-Man series, so some things did have to get changed. But overall, it probably has some of my favorites included in here. So we're just going to go every one of them, and I'm going to rank them from S to D of how much I enjoyed them and just the overall gameplay of them. So first on this list is Pac-Time. Honestly, I did not like this game. The controls were clunky, and I'm not sure if it was my game or if it's every system is like this, but there seems to be a noticeable lag between when you press the button and when you jump. Only in this game though. Everything else ran smoothly, so I want to say it was this game, but I don't know if that's just part of the game itself or just how it got transferred over to the collection. The next one is Pac-Man Arrangement. I'm going to put that as A. This was really fun, kind of twist on the regular Pac-Man type of game. A little bit, I wouldn't say 3D, but maybe like 2.5D sort of view. I liked how the dots kind of floated and bounced around, and overall the designs were very colorful for all the levels. And let's see here, Pac-Man Championship Edition. I know this one gets praised a lot, but for me, it just it didn't really feel like a complete game, honestly. I know it's one of those, it's better if you play it multiplayer, so maybe it'd be, higher up if I had somebody else that enjoyed playing Pac-Man games to play with. But for me, it's got to be on the C ranking. It's not a bad game, it just, as I said, it felt incomplete. Pac-Moto, that is definitely a B game. I didn't really know much about Pac-Moto when I got this collection, but I did enjoy playing it. It's a really interesting type of 3D, almost felt kind of like a Bomberman game in gameplay wise. You didn't really go around collecting pellets. I mean, you did, but the main goal was to get all the creatures off the screen, and then every fourth level was a boss battle, so that was really interesting. This is the other Pac-Man arrangement, and I'm actually gonna put this one as an S. I really liked the 3D design. The levels were really fun, the cutscenes were cute, and the boss battles were really cool as well. Definitely one of the gems of the Pac-Man game series. Alright, so next up is Pac-N-Roll. This one's hard, because I actually I picked up this game collection specifically for this game, because I remember it being released. I want to say this was a DS game originally, and I thought it was really cool, and I just never got around to picking it up. So when they said it was going to be remixed for the game collection, or I mean the remix version was going to be for the game collection, and that was kind of the selling point for me. And it plays really well without touchscreen controls. I don't know how much more accurate it would have been with the DS version. Maybe you guys can say in the comments which one you would prefer. But at the end of the day, some of the platforming was a bit it was definitely difficult, especially with the camera angles it would sometimes get in. So it's probably going to have to be a B level for me. It's still really fun, but some of those levels I had to play a couple times to not die. Alright, Pac-Man 256. So I knew nothing about this game when I got the collection, and I was trying just going into each one individually. One, to unlock other games, because some of the games in collection you have to play certain times in order to unlock the other games. I think this one you had to play like 5 times, or like, I guess, die and get to the game over screen 5 times to unlock one of the other games. But this ended up being my favorite game of the entire collection, honestly. It's just, it doesn't get repetitive. You keep getting stuff to unlock. There's always more goals, and it's just the design, kind of the voxel kind of look to it is really great. The fact that the 256 death screen was the thing that kept you from going backwards was really, really great. And it's just one of those games that I honestly put hours in just playing for I would just put this in and that was all I would play, is just Pac-Man 256. I wouldn't even pick up the other games. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites. Super Pac-Man. I don't know if this will be controversial enough. I did not grow up with Super Pac-Man. I didn't grow up with a lot of these games. So just take that with a grain of salt with this list here. But Super Pac-Man, I felt was like, the saying is like, if it's broken, why fix it? But they tried to make it better, and it just did not work out for me, in my opinion. It was just really a weird game. I'm gonna say the same with Pac and Pal. Just both of them just, I couldn't really get into either one of them. I played them to unlock the other stuff, and I never really went back to them. So I mean, I only went back to them to unlock there's achievements for each game. So it's you have to get to a certain amount of points or do this or that or the other. So I did that, and once I got those achievements, I was done with the game. Pac-Land. That is A tier, honestly. It was just a really fun side-scroller, kind of endless runner type of game. And I really enjoyed it. The only reason why it's A, though, is because same with, and I don't know if this is the game itself or the console or just how it got ported over, but this one, like Pac in Time, has a weird little delay between pressing the jump button and your character actually jumping. This one wasn't as bad as Pac in Time, so it was still playable. The main issue, though, is there's some parts of levels in the games where you have to make really concise, really long jumps, and you have to continue pressing the jump button to go further. And it just got to some points where I was just like, oh gosh, not another one of these. And having pressed the jump button so many times so quickly started making my fingers hurt. So I didn't ever finish the game. I got pretty far in. I think I got into level 10 or 11 or something. Yeah. So next is the regular Pac-Man game. I'm put it as A because, like most people, I prefer Miss Pac-Man over the regular Pac-Man. It's still a good game. It's still a classic. It's still Pac-Man. I just, prefer all the little quality of life improvements that Miss Pac-Man had. Pac-Mania. This was actually a really cool game in the fact that it was, again, another kind of 2.5D sort of Pac-Man game, and you can jump this time, which was really interesting. And so yeah, it's the same Pac-Man maze formula. There's some new ghosts around this time, and the levels are really colorful. Only reason why it's an A though is there's not a delay with the jump, but it's just really hard to, because of the angle, the 2.5D angle. It's really hard to, I guess, best word is to calculate where you'll end up landing and how close or far away you are from the actual ghost. At least for me. Pack Attack. So, Pack Attack was the one of the other games. Pack and Roll was Remix was one of them. Pack Attack was the other game that I bought that sold me on the Pac-Man Museum collection, because I grew up with this game and I freaking love it. I really like Tetris games or Puyo Puyo type of games, and this was Pac-Man meets Tetris, and it just clicked for me so well growing up that as soon as they said Pack Attacks, one of the games that's come to it, I was like, you don't have to tell me anymore. I don't even really care about the other 13 games in this collection. I'm just going to buy this for Pack Attack. And yeah, it holds up really well. It's Tetris with Pac-Man. So you put down, they come down as the same type of, most of the same type of shapes as Tetris pieces. Some of them are bars, and if you get a bar in a row, it deletes like a regular Tetris. But there's some that are ghosts, and you want to try to line up the ghosts in a way to, once you get the Pac-Man piece, Pac-Man will start just eating the ghosts automatically, but you want to try to get them in a nice long row so he can just kind of continuously eat, and it'll take off a lot of bars, and you'll get a lot of points quickly. So definitely really enjoyed Pack Attacks. Did and still do. Alright, Pac-Man Battle Royale. This was okay. The worst thing for me was the colors. They got a bit distracting after a while. So yeah, Pac-Man Battle Royale. And I'm sure it's a lot more fun with multiple people, but playing as just myself, with just, as a playing with just a first player game is, after a while, I just was like, okay, so this is just, Pac-Man, but more colorful. So yeah, that is my thoughts on the entire Pac-Man Museum collection. I really enjoyed the game. The achievements are really fun, and it's really cool. It makes you at least try out each game once or twice, so that you don't just stick to one particular game. And I feel that was great, because otherwise I probably would have just played Pack Attack and Pack and Roll and never even tried out stuff like the Pac-Man arrangement games or 256 or Pac-Land or anything like that. So really recommend getting this game, checking it out, and let me know in your comments what you thought was your best games, what you thought was the best games for this collection, which games you thought were missing or should have been included. And I'll see you next time. Thank you and have a good day.